Hi, welcome to the Singapore Joker channel. I know the season for many anglers has just started, so I want to share a simple but I hope helpful trick, or actually tip, to help you spool in braided line. So the thing with braided line is, well, I think it's a line of choice for a lot of people. In fact, I have friends who only trust braided line. They don't use fluorocarbon, they don't use monofilament or nylon line like me. And of course, it is considered a super line. It's very thin, it's very strong for the diameter, and it's very smooth. I'm not going to go into the strengths of braided line because that's everywhere. But one thing for me, especially when I use braided line, it's so smooth that it's very difficult to tie onto the reel without it slipping. With new fishing season starting, us anglers, we always like to change out our lines and make sure that we fish with confidence, correct? So naturally, I'm not excluded. I would also go to the tackle shops, get a spool of braided line and then let them spool it in for me. Of course, they have the machine, so it's much easier and much faster to do it. Then sometimes at home, because of the need or in a hurry to change out lines, I have to do it myself. Then going to braided lines, on top of its many strengths, and I mentioned earlier, it's very smooth. The problem is, because it's so smooth, it is very difficult to secure it tightly onto the spool before you start spooling in the line. The issue I have with tackle shops, and I think actually all the tackle shops kind of spool this in one or the other way. They either put it on for you and they place a tape over. My OCD doesn't like that, because after a season of using the line, and once you take out all the line, that tape there becomes so sticky, it's a very yucky feeling. I don't like it. Second thing is, they might put backing on it. That's a very common thing, right? You know, a layer of monofilament line as a backing, and then you tie it on with a knot to the braid line and then you spool it in. That's fine. But I don't like backing. Again, maybe it's my OCD. The third one is, they just tie it on with whatever knot it is, and then they start spooling away over in the shops. These are the three typical ways that tackle shops help you spool line in. I don't like it. No, the last method I talk about, just tying a knot and then start spooling with their machines over in the shops. The reason why I don't like it is, it's never securely tied. When you finally, eventually dispose of your lines, you actually feel that the whole thing is slipping. It's turning like that. It doesn't hold or bite down enough on the reel. So basically that means that the braid line doesn't start going in tight at the onset or the beginning, and that's a no-no for me. So I don't blame the tackle shops. Some of them they're so busy. Others, they probably don't know the real proper way to do it, and well, some of them probably just don't even bother. They just, okay, it's just a job. I want to spool in line. It's fine. At home, the same thing happens. At home is a much harder thing for me because I don't have a machine, so I have to manually spool line in myself, and trying to always get braid line to start off very tight has always been an issue. Therefore, if you're like OCD like me, or just as crazy as me, and you don't like backing, you don't like to put tape that it becomes sticky, and you don't want your knot to be tied in such a way that it's loose and you start spooling away without having braid going tight, I've actually come across a tip that allows me to have my braid line directly onto the spool and secure. So this is the tip that I want to share with you today. So here's the tip. It didn't come from me. I actually learned it from somewhere or someone else, and I've been using it for quite a while already. It works very well for me. It works both for bait casters as well as spinning reels or spinning reel spools. You can use that for spinning reel spools as well. So I'm going to go slow. I hope you can see. Okay, this is the braided line. You thread it through, right, just like any other spooling method. Then what I do is, I know there's something called an arbor knot, but I don't really do it. I don't tie it that way. What I do is I tie a very simple uni knot. Right, so I take out about 1.5 foot of line. Right, so I bend it over, double it, and then the tack end. Okay, the tack end here. What I will do is I will make a very simple uni knot. Okay, just wrap it around the double. It doesn't really even matter how thick or how thin the braided line is. I usually go about 4 wraps. So once you wrap everything in, okay, then what you do is you just pull. Right, that's a uni knot, and here's the double. You see that? The reason why I use this knot is because it is a slipping knot. It will move. Let me show you. Right, it will move. See that? See that? It will slide. Okay? And that's the good thing. And you want a knot that will slide first. Anyway, end of the day, it doesn't really matter what knot you use, so long as it's a sliding knot. Then the other thing is, why do I just make 3 or 4 wraps? People will say, oh, you braided, you got to wrap it like 10, 20 times just to make sure it's very strong and secure. Look, if a fish is able to strip you off your line till it reaches that knot, I'd rather you'll not let go and you just let the fish go. The fish deserves it. Like they say, don't bring a knife to a gun battle fight, right? So after the knot is established, I will leave the double, probably about 1 foot of it. We can adjust it along the way. Then what I'm going to do next now is the reel. So good thing is with big casting reels, some of the spools have this indentation in the middle so that the line actually will bite. My eyesight is so bad I can't really see. Now what I do is, I'm going to do it slowly. I'm going to take the double loop. Okay, I'm going to place it into the indentation there. Right, I'm not going to tighten the knot. Usually what people do is, the next thing is they start tightening the knot and hope for the best. Then they start spooling away. They tighten the knot. I'm not going to do that. So now this method will guarantee you that your braided line will go in nice and no slippage. So what I do then is, okay, I hope you can see it. I'm having problems doing this. I twist. See that? I twist. Okay. I make a twist, and then I fold it back into the indentation. Right? And then I make another twist. Okay, again, another twist back into the indentation. Okay, usually I would do about 3 or I think I do about 4 twists. So I just twist and do I tighten into the indentation. See that? So I think 3, maybe 4 reps or twists will be enough. Now if you look closely enough, the lines have fallen into the indentation. Right? Then what I do now, remember the knot that we tied earlier on? See that? So this is the main line, not the tack end. I start pulling it to tighten. Right, so I can move the knot, right? So it's a slipping knot. We talked about this just now. So I start pulling in. See that? Okay, I start pulling it in. and slowly move it towards the center. See that? And those are the rest of the lines. Now, once you arrange the lines properly, those twists that you did, I mean, it's my OCD again, but you don't have to, but I like to do it like that. I like to make sure that my lines are all inside the indentation or the groove. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll take the main line and the tag line and I will lock down. Okay, I'm locking down. Usually it doesn't take that long. Yeah, I was just trying to do it as slow as I can, plus with the camera it's so difficult. Right, but right now I've locked it down. Right, I've locked it down firmly, and if you pull, nothing moves, no slippage, nothing. So, like I said earlier, I guarantee you, if you do it this way and you spool braid direct onto your reel, there is no slippage. It is super duper locked and tight down. And of course, after this, we can cut away the tag end. Where's the tag end? Oh yeah, okay. We cut away this tag end and put it back into the reel, and you can start spooling away. It will go in tight, trust me. There will be no slippage. No slippage at all. So I hope this tip helps you, especially if you're at home. And if you actually buy a line, a spool line from the tackle shop, you can also do it first before you pass it on to the tackle shop guys to use their machine to spool in. That way, at the tackle shop, you will get very tight or very tightly spooled braided line, and that's going to help heaps. You know, we reduce, of course, the line cutting in, especially if you play high drag. The line will not have a tendency to cut in so much. And with this method, it guarantees you from the onset, from the start, that you do not have line slippage on your braid. Okay? So if you have any questions after this, please drop me a note or a comment in the comment section. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you can, subscribe to me. It will mean a lot as encouragement. So hope this helps. Thank you very much and happy fishing. Bye.